Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Crate Expectations. It's a sad time. I'm here with my co-host, leaving me alone forever, Sarah.
That
Wait,
was
abandoning me forever. It's horrible. You're. It's a terrible thing. But how are you, anyways, abandoner?
I didn't expect you to say I was abandoning you. I should have. I should know better. Um,
What, like you're gonna abandon me and then just say you're not abandoning me? Sure, yeah. Sure. I'm not gonna tell you the truth or anything.
uh, um, I am okay. We will see how I do as the episode goes on. How are you? Are you feeling abandoned?
Yeah, I mean, I'm lashing out a little bit, and I think that's only natural and just.
And like a regular occurrence? Sorry.
We already said this on the stream because we're doing this live stream. We're doing this live because it's the last one. But well, I don't remember now. Did we say it while we were live, or did we say it just privately? I think we said it live, but like it's a funny thing because people will tell me like, man, if you watch Great Expectations, it's just like an hour of Zareth just berating Sarah, just totally saying negative things to her, and I mean the truth is, if you watch it closely, if you're a close observer, you're just very strategically inserting roods to make it to mask the destruction you're wreaking upon me, and it's it's well done, frankly. Like to have the entire audience assume that I'm the dick in the situation, but
I will say, um, nobody ever tells me that I'm mean to you.
which is crazy and hilarious.
One time, I mean, a couple of times people have told me that I've like been really negative and like I believe I was called like Storm Cloud Sarah at one point or something like that, which was a really like rude nickname. Um,
What? Hold on. What do they call you?
Storm Cloud Sarah.
Ooh.
I was like, at
I
least like throw in a curse word or something. If you're gonna be mean to
I
me.
like Stormcloud Sarah. I wish I had known about that earlier.
I think I sent you a screenshot of it. Maybe I
Oh.
didn't. Maybe
Oh,
I
that
just like
was
got mad at it. Um, anyway, but nobody ever said I was mean to you.
just just a generalized Stormcloud.
Just a,
Yep.
just a general storm cloud being miserable, apparently. Um, uh, but I do have to say that I agree. It is a lot of me. I don't want to say I'm being mean to you.
I
We
mean,
we like to tease each other.
you just keep thinking that, Sarah. That's my gift to you. Alright?
Uh,
Nah. If I, and if I had an issue with, I've always thought that was funny because
I thought it
every
was
once
funny too.
every once in a while, someone will say to me like, "Dude, I think I know the secret." And, like she's secretly mean to you, and I was like, "Yes!" Like very few people,
Did
but
they?
there's been a couple times I'm like,
Who thinks
they're
I'm
onto it.
mean?
Oh, way more than you think about just the mean part, but no,
It's probably
no.
that guy who called me Stormcloud, wasn't it?
Right, actually, it's just one guy, and it's him, and he just has like, you
Multiple
know,
Discord accounts.
dozens of accounts.
Um, so we're not really following a template for this episode because
We usually follow so many templates.
I mean we follow a generalized template.
We do. On yours half, at least. I guess on my half, we have one scheduled thing. We have trigger photos at the end. That's what we have.
Did we? We didn't pick a trigger photo, but I got something on my account for you.
Oh dear lord.
It's gonna be great. Um. So I guess for those who don't know or haven't figured it out, we should probably just like say I've
Oh yeah.
decided that I'm quitting the game.
Which
Um,
game?
the game of life. No.
Oh,
Galaxy of
that's this
Heroes.
got real dark. I know gluten
Um,
free stuff, Sarah, but jeez, just drop that on my stream. Holy balls.
Galaxy of Heroes. Um, so I talked about this a little bit on H&N last night, and uh, I've already stopped playing. I'm no longer in the guild. Um, and yeah, so I basically spent the entire summer trying to decide if I was going to do this or not. Um, like it wasn't a like, oh, I'm gonna do this next week kind of thing. I literally went back and forth to the point that when I did finally come up or get relatively close to the decision of it, I actually postponed it because we had Conquest starting, and I felt so guilty about quitting before a new Conquest series. That I was like I can't. I have to like I have to like make sure everyone's set up for like the new series and all the feats and everything. Um, and it was a lot more difficult than I thought it was going to be to, in particular, to like to tell you and Pico and then like the officers in ODB. That was a lot harder than I realized. Just because like I don't have anything against the game in particular. I just don't have the time for it between Jasper and work and everything like going on in life. And I'm not the kind of person that can go casual, especially after you've been playing so hard for 8 years. Um, so
Gosh, what a huge chunk of life, man.
yeah, and like I was thinking about it and like just going over it, and I was like, I'm a totally different person than I was when I started playing this game, and in a totally different like place in my life. Um, but I spent 6 years of the 8 years that I played, I spent six of them in the same guild.
I thought you were gonna say you spent 6 of them streaming the camp missions, but
I mean, I'm sure it probably was very similar to that. Um,
gosh,
I do miss that mission though. That was a good mission. I wish they would just put that mission in the journey guide and you could just play it for fun. That would be great. Um,
yikes.
um, but I I felt sick messaging you and Pico. Like I felt so bad.
I was really sad when you messaged me. I have been kind of expecting it. I mean, the fact that you gave like zero struggle at all when I was gonna axe Professor X was like, oh. I mean, I was pretty sure you were sick of it, but like you needed that. You needed Professor X to go, and so I was a little clued in on it. Like you didn't tell me specifically, of course. I was like, I don't know. I'm gonna let her make her decision, obviously, but
Hmm.
I've been trying to come to grips with it for a while. You know,
Hmm.
it's a sad thing. We've been partners in crime for a long time. Honestly,
I
it's
know.
been years.
It's been
I mean, you just subbed for the 40th time, something like that.
I'm just like quickly like trying. So you came on an episode of UTH like what, almost 3.5 years ago?
Probably.
I think it was 2021.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure. It was somewhere around there. I think it was April or May 2021.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have a good grasp on dates. I really don't know. It could have been. You could tell me 5 years ago. I'd be like, yeah.
Uh, but like it's been a long time of just like back and forth, and it's a big deal.
Oh, it is. It's a huge deal. I mean, it's a crazy thing. I mean, think of, I mean, the breadth of, if you think about how many people at least knew who you were in this, like, hundreds of thousands probably.
That's a terrifying thought. I hope it's not that high.
Okay, like dozens.
Thank you.
Dozens are
Um,
watching right now, so we're good.
um, uh, that was honest. Like it was. I can't say enough good things. I said this today on the H&N Discord server, which we are keeping active, by the way, for those who are curious. Um, I cannot say enough good things about the people in this community. Like that's really at the end of the day what was tying me to the game for so long and why I dragged my feet so long with making this decision.
I mean, that's what makes that's the game for the first. I wasn't here for it, but for the first few months, didn't have a guild
Yeah, I wasn't here
function.
for that either.
But I mean, it's all just hearsay and stuff. But what I hear is that the game was really struggling at first to take off because people just crave that social aspect. And it's funny because you and I can be both pretty introverted sometimes, but
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, I mean, the community is what drives everything here. Like that's the reason this game has existed as long as it has. Like if it was all just we can't talk to each other, we're just all in our own little isolated bubble. Like there's just no way. There's no way that
Right.
we could do this. So, yeah. I remember the first time I knew about you, and it sounds real stalkerish saying it like this. Like I was watching you. uh, you were with the Bureaus, the Galaxy of Bureaus. They were
That
interviewing you.
I'm like drinking the same cider I drank that day too.
You're a totally different person from.
Totally different person. Um,
Yeah, but yeah, I was just like, oh, like there's a girl who plays this game. That's interesting.
there's a girl. You know what? I actually got a few messages. I feel so bad. I got a few messages, not recently, like before all of this, from other girls who play this game, and they were like, "Oh, I just found you, and I'm really happy to see that there's like another girl that plays this game." Like that was like the extent of their message was just like they weren't like
Hmm.
they were just like, "I'm really happy to see that," and like it.
Yeah, I mean that like a big percentage of the female population has just quit because of you.
Well,
Because but
thanks.
because you are a large portion of the there's like 7 girls who play, but now I know there's more. But
Uh,
uh
but
I'm sad.
it's it was just I I just felt so bad. Um, but at the end of the day, I was like, I have to just like think of like what the best thing to do is, and the only thing that was tying me right now to keep playing, like the driving factor, was the community. Like it wasn't any aspect of the game itself that I was like, I can't quit because of this specific reason. It was literally the community.
No, it's the community. I mean, I say it all the time. I'm like, the only reason I play this game is because of GAC. And lately, GAC's been pissing me off so much. I'm like, why do I play? I've questioned that. And
Well,
it's,
I mean, I don't know if you know it's 3v. By the way, I signed up for GAC this week and I have no idea why.
you signed up for it.
I have no idea what I was thinking.
Just despite 3v3 one more time.
I li-
Are you in Bronzium yet?
I might be soon.
Good.
Uh,
So, all right. So before we get too emotional here, what is happening to your account? Are you letting someone maintain it? Are you selling it? Are you just letting it become a force ghost? Like, what are we doing with the account itself?
I still have not decided. Excuse me. I'm definitely not going to sell it. Um, I genuinely don't know if I want someone to maintain it or if I just want it to die off. I like the idea of it dying off and just like being immortal. Not that's such a weird word, but like just kind of being entombed how it is. Um,
I hear that.
I've had people offer to maintain it so that if I think they're all secretly hoping that I change my mind. And that, when I want to go back to it, I can just pick up my account and not be um far behind. Uh so I don't know. Do you have thoughts on this? Opinions?
Wouldn't it be funny if I took your account?
Oh my, after you just dropped Professor X. It would
Oh my gosh.
it would be funny in the like, look, we're in a rhodium. Let's see how long it takes me to climb back up.
That
And
might
that
be
kind
fun. All right, I'll do it. Enough arm twisting.
this is how bad though. Like I couldn't even like somebody like does Nest have a Datacron? Somebody mentioned a Nest Datacron and I couldn't tell if they were trolling or not.
Uh, yeah, she's had a Datacron for months now.
See, like I just like, oh cool. I don't have it. I somehow have an ETH Koth one though, that I know. Um, and I can use it because of reasons. You
That's
know,
cool.
who who doesn't want a Relic 7 ETH Koth?
Who wants the last name of Eth Koth? It sounds like you're saying cough. It sounds like something you
Uh,
would say when you're sick, like Eth Koth.
it does.
Sounds
Um,
horrible.
See, Herb, like I didn't even know Stormtrooper Han had a Datacron. He has a Datacron?
Okay, you know this, Sarah.
No, I did not know he had a Datacron. I thought we were in the Rogue One and Night Sisters thingy.
But there's another Datacron set that's also live at the same time. You know how there's more
Yeah,
than one
but like
set active at once.
I have already forgotten who lives there.
I mean, I'm glad you liked. We all benefited from your wisdom on Datacrons. That was good.
You're still trying.
What's that?
You're still trying for a spit take.
I I think I should be at least given one at this point. I've made you spit take off camera before, and it makes me the most pissed off ever that you've never done it on screen.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. Get better timing. That was
Maybe
actually
get
kind of mean. I'm sorry.
maybe get a better sense of humor at some point.
Rude.
People asking how long till I quit. Maybe I'm gonna quit before you. I'm gonna quit before you are this stream right now. Just
But
kidding. Just to beat
I've
you.
already, it's done.
I know.
Um, but yeah,
I know, it's sad, it sucks.
I'm not ruling. I won't rule anything out. I will say, like, when I told Trav that I was quitting, He actually tried to talk me out of it.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So, yeah. He was like, you shouldn't quit. Like, y y y he literally tried to talk me out of it because he knows how much I like recording Crate with you and how much I like recording H&N. And he's like, well, like you still have to like do all that stuff, so you shouldn't quit. And he was trying to change my mind. Um, and I don't even know where I was going with this whole point of this whole story.
But so you decided to defy your husband's wishes.
Yes, because I'm an independent woman.
Good for you.
Um,
Very strong.
thank
Very
you.
brave.
Thank you. Uh, but like it's just not, I don't know. It wasn't an easy decision. And I don't want people to think that I was just like, okay, bye, like that's that. Because it sucks.
You know, it's funny. When I told Mrs. X that you were quitting, she was like, "Oh no." She was like really sad about that too. Like, man, that's like a huge thing, isn't it? It's like, yeah, it's a pretty
Mm.
big deal. It's it's been a lot. I mean, we've had a lot of projects together, and you know, it's just I don't know. I'm struggling to cope with it. Like to like wrap my mind around it. Like at some point, like there's some part of me that just it feels, and I know that this is like just that I'm probably just in the denial phase still. But I'm like I some part of my brain knows that we'll record in like 3 weeks from now because well one of us will inevitably postpone it.
Ah,
But some part of me knows that you will, and I know that that's me being delusional, but like there's some part of me that just knows it, and it's a scary thing to think that you know to know that I'm wrong about that.
well, that's a sad thing to think.
Right? I mean, or we'll just both show up to record one day, and we'll just keep going, and we'll be like, well, we're in the habit. I guess
We
we'll
just
talk about
keep
other things.
uh which is funny because I was telling you before that a few people were saying to me, they're like, so you'll just record, like you'll go back to doing the Sarah and Adam show. And oh, sorry, I said your real name.
But it was actually what the show was called, so it's not a huge
I
secret.
know. Uh but like
I never know if I should be creeped out by that. But people are like, "Hey, I'm the better Adam." I'm like, "Are they referring to my name? Do they know my name? Is it bad that they know my name?" But anyways, continue.
but it was just like I don't know. It was really nice to see. First of all, everyone has been really, really, really kind to me. Like that's I don't even know how to express it. Like I've gotten nothing but supportive messages along with some like who will help me with conquest now questions. Which
Some I'm gonna make this about me moments. Yep.
but like,
Yeah.
like that kind of thing. But also like everyone has been really, really kind and supportive and understanding. Um and everyone, not I shouldn't say everyone, but a lot of people have been like, well, you should keep doing something with Zareth, keep doing something with Pico. Like people just seem to want to see that, which is nice. Um,
Honestly, I'm not opposed to that, Sarah. Oh, I said your real name. Oh shoot.
um, I'm not ruling anything out. I think the big thing, like this is the thing, like the problem, and this was the other thing, because um, somebody had asked me this when I had told them that I was going to quit. They'll go, why don't you just cut back on your content creation? Like stop doing H&N or stop doing Crate or stop doing like the videos, whatever. That's actually,
HNN.
I was like, that actually isn't the problem because the times that we record, Jasper's asleep right now. So, I mean, I lose out on sleep a little bit, but like there, it's not a problem. And the time that I record H&N is not a problem. It's all the other time where I actually need to be like in game and actively playing, and I don't have enough time for that. That's the actual issue. Um, so like actually recording and doing something is not problematic. Um, so I don't know. We'll see. I'm not that is also where I was going with the whole Trav thing and trying to like talk me out of it is I'm not ruling anything out. I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna regret this in a month. I
You
so
might. You might. Here's okay. Can I give you my delusional theory a little bit?
absolutely.
Okay. So first off, there is zero pressure from me for you to do anything that's going to be unhealthy for you. But it's not unhealthy for me to tell you this. So now, but I don't want to put. I'm really not putting pressure. I'm trying not to at least. Here's what I think. I think you got over like it was you've had busy times, you know.
Yeah.
It's been crazy, and then you've also had a second account for a long time, Professor X, that you have been amazing and taken care of, good care of, and for a really long time, and you got burned out, and that's what got you to the point that you're feeling really burned out about the game. But if you take a step back and then what you'll realize in my crazy theory is that it was actually just Professor X bringing you down, not the actual game or the game time.
Hmm.
It was just Professor X, and it was just took you a long time to kind of to realize that it was only that, and you're actually perfectly happy with the game, and that you'll just stick around forever. So we're good.
I feel like
Blame Professor X. Hashtag.
um I I don't know if it was Professor X. I mean, I got rid of Professor X before this last conquest started. I mean, you got rid of Professor X, I should say. And it still was uh difficult to get everything done some days. Um you could be right. I might in a month be like, damn, I really need to get back into it. But I'm not going to count it out. I'm not going to but I'm not going to give anyone false hope because it's been 4 days and I'm not itching for it. And I also haven't had again like the time to do it. So it's not even the rate. I mean, it is the rate. This is the other thing like because of the time and just like how my schedule has been working with my new shift and everything. Um One, I realized how spoiled I was before I went on maternity leave with my shift and just how much free time I had at work.
Can I just say, and I apologize to anyone who doesn't want to hear the S word, but do you know how bullshit your job was? That
Before,
it was amazing. You were
I
always
know.
like, I just watch movies at
I
work the whole
literally
time.
like I'm not even exaggerating. Like there was one weekend in one day I watched 3 movies because I worked 10-hour days. And so I would work 4 days a week. I would work 10 hours. I would work in the evening. I was by myself for 6 hours of my shift, longer on the weekends when I was working. So I did whatever I wanted. And like I could play the game at work, I could do
Yeah.
whatever. And
I used to get mad at you when you like when I'd message you and you'd have like the day off and be actually living your life and you just wouldn't respond instantly. Yeah. like I was just like, "Hey, what's up?" And like before I could put the phone down, you're like, "Hi, how are you?" Like just instant. I was like, "Geez, she's at work. For sure she's at work right now."
um um literally though like I would be at work and it didn't I had Discord open at work like on my computer. Like it didn't matter. Um and now that can't happen. Uh I don't have the time at work and with the promotion and all of like the extra stuff that I'm doing now at work. I just can't handle it. And then the hours now, I work 10 to 6. I leave the house at 9. I'm home at 7. And then you still have to like make dinner, eat, get Jasper sorted for bed and do a little playtime and hang out with him for a little bit. And then before I know, I'm like, well, I want to go to bed, but I still have to do the raid, or I still have to do territory battles, or I still have to do GAC, and I would literally fall asleep in bed with my phone, um, like playing the game because I just ran out of time, and I was just so tired. And there wouldn't be time in the morning to play before work because I have a very bad habit of turning my alarm off in my sleep, uh, and shooting out of bed late. But then also like Jasper's awake and then he wants to be entertained. He doesn't, you know,
He
want to.
deserves a mom who's not staring at her phone.
Yeah, and I also don't want to be that mom that's like staring at her phone
No way.
and
Yeah, no.
you know.
Don't do that.
So yeah, it's just a lot with everything right now.
Oh, it totally is, Sarah. And I hope I was very clear. I know that that's
I
delusional, Zareth. Like, it's not me saying this is actually what's going. Like, I mean, I would
there's a
love it if
part
you
of
wanted to. Like, on a selfish level, I want you to stay.
yeah,
I'm not going to deny that. But
but
I get it.
I'm also not so like set in stone. Like there I am self-aware to know that enough to know that you very well could be right. And in a month I could be like, oh, I actually could do this again. Um, I don't know if that will be the case, but it might. I'm not gonna say anything is 100% because you never know. Maybe I'll be on maternity leave again and then I'll be bored.
I have an idea if you do come back.
Oh,
I think that you should hand your account off and just start playing Professor X.
you mean Prevail Man? Or
No, the Professor X account, because I've handed it off to someone. They're maintaining it. You could just,
hand off
spring.
my account?
Yeah, hand off your account and just. I mean, you're the instrument of that account's success in a huge way. Like you've earned it. You've earned. You know, you can do it.
I feel like you're just trying to like figure out a way I would come back.
All that's
I
very
mean,
self-centered of you, but
the the
you
the
know
good thing with that is I wouldn't be in Bronzium.
that I mean that I feel like that might get you to actually try a little bit. So,
Debatable.
that account I don't know. I've gotten red crate on that account every time for when was it that you took that account over? Ever
Uh,
since then. That's been
I
one of my favorite parts of our partnership, actually. The haters, or the not the haters. I don't think anyone hated, but like they never realized just how rude you actually are. So I think all the doubters, though, the doubters who have been saying like, there's just, I mean, and that at the end, that account was good enough that like people would they'd be like, oh yeah, I should get red crate, but like so many people doubted you. They were like,
I know.
honestly, like with all due respect, I don't think Sarah can actually get red crate with that account with this set or this conquest. And there have been some serious challenges, but it's been funny. It was just funny how people were just you were like, no, like now I'm challenge accepted.
Um, I think my favorite was the Ben Solo conquest when everyone was saying you needed either Rey or Kylo to get red crate. And you didn't have anyone. Yeah, I should log in one last time and rename my account to Conquest Queen according to RJ.
Roger.
Like you agree. Uh we are gonna log into my account today because we're gonna look at my roster. because I know Zara's really looking forward to it.
This is you're gonna troll me so hard. I already think I know what it is.
I feel like you probably know what it is too.
I mean,
You know me so well that I think you probably know what it is.
yeah, I mean, ugh, I'm cringing inside right now.
It's gonna be beautiful. We 100% are roasting my roster. 100%.
Yeah, we're roasting a roster.
That's
We can't even really look at her mod compare. So it's not even a true roster roast, but there'll be enough of the other stuff probably.
why can't we look at my mod compare?
Oh, I guess we could.
I
Are
have
you
no
gonna
idea.
delete your mods?
Um,
Don't do it.
I'm not gonna do it. Somebody did tell me to do that. They were like, if you want to like actually for sure come back, they're like, just sell all your mods.
Why would you do that to yourself though? Like, what if I don't get the sense that you see this game as like a really bad destructive force in your life. It's just a thing that has just kind of like become a thing that's not like you don't have it. You're reprioritizing things. Like you need to have more time, and this is the thing that makes the most sense to you. Like to me, it's not a this is a terrible thing. I'm spending too much. It's hurting my
Right.
family, etc. At least that's the sense that I get.
I don't think it's just, at least in my eyes, for me, it's not destructive. I said this on H&N yesterday. I was like, this game, I started playing this game at a very low point, and I was not in a good place, like mentally and emotionally, when I started playing this game. And it was a little bit of a like distraction, and then it sort of became like, I don't want to say like a crutch, but I've kind of just always held on to it, and I don't see it as a bad thing. It's never been something destructive in my life. Um, so I don't think I would not want to purposely sabotage my account, which I
Yeah,
realize you find funny because I have a Relic 9 BB-8. But
I know you kind of make that joke for us. Like you've been doing that for 8 years yourself, Sarah.
I like would not want to like, because like you never know what's gonna happen. Like, what if I get laid off in 6 months and then I get a job where I have way more balance? Like, you never know. That could be a thing.
All right. Yeah. I mean, what if? I mean, you just got an awesome promotion, and that's awesome. But what if you're like, what if they decide that they want to redistribute you to your old position, and you get to just go like play the game for
Right.
9 hours? You know.
Right. What if I win the lottery?
I always wonder what people would do if they won the lottery and they still played this game. Like, would they just go nuts? They'd just be like, drop 100K, just go to town.
I don't
Or they just,
know.
or would they quit the game for some reason? They're like, all right, well, I have enough money that I could just max an account, and that knowledge is enough for me to be able to quit without actually maxing it.
I guess it would depend on how much you won.
They probably would.
You know? I don't know.
But
But yeah, I'm not gonna like count anything out. And I don't like I've never viewed this game as destructive. It's never been. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm quitting because I feel like I don't have enough time for it. I don't want to take time. I absolutely do not want to take time away from Jasper. He is unbelievably aware of what's going on, and he's very smart, and um I don't want to have my time with him be me playing this game while he's trying to get my attention. I don't think that's fair to either of us. Um, and and I'm not saying that that's what was happening, but I can envision that happening. Um, and it's something that I just don't want to be a thing. But clearly, it's not destructive. Like Trav is not viewing it as destructive if he was trying to talk me out of quitting. You know what I mean? Like
right,
he's not seeing it as a problem and he gets it that I feel like I don't have enough time, but he was not seeing it as a problem for what we have going on in our lives. Um, so
my guess is that there's a significant percentage of our viewers who have spouses or significant others who would just be like they'd be like, "Good, I'm glad you're quitting that stupid game" or something of the sort,
oh, I would that would not surprise me.
which I think tends to be a pretty unfair thing a lot of times, and I don't know everyone's situations, of course, but you know, part of the only reason I can do this is my wife is supportive too. Mrs. X is very supportive, and so
Right.
like that's you. That's cool though. That yeah, that's awesome that you have that freedom. So let me ask you this then:
Okay.
are you planning to? And you kind of. It seems like you've kind of almost answered this already, but are you planning on playing another game or doing content other than potentially, continuing to create content, do a podcast or do whatever with someone else, with me or Pico or someone else, whatever? Is there
I wouldn't do
something
it
you
with
have
someone
planned?
else.
That's what she said.
I don't have anything planned. I'm not gonna play another game. Um, I definitely am going to take like a few weeks to get settled and make sure everything is good in like my role at work and my time with Jasper and all that kind of stuff before I even decide if I were to like do another podcast or something, which I will say if I'm going to do anything, it's going to be with you or Pico. Like I'm not going to go and find a third co-host from somewhere. Like I feel I have the best vibes with you and Pico. Um and I'm not gonna go and try and find that elsewhere.
Excellent.
Um, but I'm definitely not gonna play another game. Uh, I have been told by people that they're like, I will hunt you down if I find out you're playing another game. As a joke, I should clarify. But yeah, that's not happening.
I think
Other than like Tetris or Sudoku or like that kind of stuff. Not like this kind of a game.
right, like a daily login
Yeah.
grind kind of game. Yeah. I mean, the really good news, Sarah. I have great news for you.
Oh boy.
You finally have time to watch Lord of the Rings.
I mean, the really good thing is I was thinking about this and I was like, ah, I won't have to like stay up late to like get my TV done and get raid done and all of that kind of stuff. So if I just put Lord of the Rings on, I can just like have a little nap.
That'll be good. I don't know how you find time for a nap. We weren't even watching the extended edition. It's terrible.
I was just really comfortable.
You know
Uh,
what? It's got great music, and there are times that it's pretty cozy. So I wouldn't. I don't blame you for falling asleep that much. Playing it off like you didn't miss anything. I do blame you for that. But let's move on.
I think I only missed like an hour.
Okay. Okay. Now you're just being insulting.
Uh,
People are like, no, Zara's the one who's mean. Crying out loud, man.
uh, okay. Um, what are we at? I realized we didn't pick a trigger photo, but
Yeah.
what do you
I
want to do?
don't. What do you think? So, probably we've done roster roasts on your side
Hmm.
this whole time. Do you want to go like we'll stop this video and we'll do your half. We'll do a roster roast on your for your half, and that we'll call it good.
Yeah, that's fine.
Is there anything else you would like to say about? It's a tragic moment. I I'm so sad you're leaving, but I'm really bad at crying on stream, so you know.
I think I did all my crying yesterday. I did cry. I did get a little teary. I will say, um, I was extremely nervous to start creating content for Galaxy of Heroes, and everyone has been really kind, except for the Stormcloud guy, um, and supportive. And
That guy's just creative.
but everyone has been honestly really amazing. And I can't say enough good things, and that really did make everything so difficult. I actually like hate being on camera. Um, like I always crack jokes at work and stuff. I'm like, there's a reason why I work behind the scenes in TV. Like I don't like being in front of the camera. And here we are. So it was very nerve-wracking to start, and especially it was very nerve-wracking to start, and it was extremely nerve-wracking to also start creating content with you in particular when I felt like the scales were maybe a little bit imbalanced. And there was, I don't want to say like pressure on my shoulders to like perform, which is what she said. But,
Pressure for both of us.
but like, it's just, it, it, I felt like I was diving, like, I literally was just jumping right into the fire a little bit because I was going from a very small H&N I don't want to say very small H&N audience, but a smaller H&N audience, and kind of diving into your audience and the H&N audience, and then also like doing collaborations elsewhere, and just kind of really putting myself out there, and everybody was really, really amazing about it. Um, and honestly, everybody was so amazing when I came back after having Jasper. And that was something that I was terrified about. I remember probably for the first like 2 or 3 months of creating content with him, like in the videos and on me, I was terrified that I was going to be shamed for it. Like I was waiting for someone to berate me for doing this.
Screw
Um,
those guys, man.
um, but like no one did.
We'd weeded those guys out a long time ago.
But like everybody just embraced him, and it was so amazing to see. And it just made it that much easier for me to keep going and like do this for as long as I did. So, um, yeah, I can't say enough good things about everybody in this community. And I'm sad. I like the game. I don't want to stop playing the game, but I think it's the best decision for this moment.
That's fair, Sarah. I loved it when you had Jasper and he started like being able to see the screen some, and I could make faces at him and get him to smile. That was my favorite, man.
I
That
do
was
feel a little bit bad because we record Crate like with our time zones and everything later in the evening, so he's always asleep now. I feel like you don't get to see him.
I know, I miss him.
I'll send you a video.
He doesn't miss me. He's like that dude made me smile like twice.
Ah,
Like you think I would remember him?
he'd wave at you.
Oh, he can
He,
wave now.
he'd do this.
Yeah.
Just wave.
Just
Yeah.
you're like, yeah, that's a normal human action.
Yeah. that looks normal. Yeah, so I don't know what else to say. This is sad.
But he made a huge impact, Sarah. I mean, the conquest stuff, the Leviathan stuff,
It's a
the
great ride.
yeah. There's I'm out of stuff. That's it. All right, look, no, no.
Damn.
Stop. I was about to say that. I mean, I've said this a few times to you, but like, So it was an interesting thing because I was listening to, like, when I was preparing to go on the, I always listen to the content from the people who are like the hosts. I always try to listen to something that's fairly recent by them.
Right.
And I remember like listening and you to something that you were talking about the cam mission,
Hmm.
and you were so knowledgeable about it. Like, it was very clearly like you were an expert at it. And I just remember thinking like, oh man, she's like, she's really good. Like, and that just isn't like, I don't know how to say this without sounding like really really awful. I hadn't seen a content creator be like a girl, female content creator that was like that in tune to like that, like to something that was, I was just totally something that I wasn't expecting. Not as like I don't think girls can be good at things, just like there's so few creators that are just like that tuned into it, and you did such a good job. And I was like, I don't know. I was like, man, and then you didn't hardly talk at all during the podcast, and I was like, why isn't she talking? She's got a ton of things to talk about. So then
You're
we
like,
were
she has
able
a
to talk
brain.
more. Yeah, it was nice.
Little did you know what would happen.
I know, and yeah, it's just ever since it's just escalated. So no, I've been so glad. This has been such a good partnership, and I will truly miss it. And even if and whatever. I hope. I'm sure we'll keep in contact. I don't think that that's gonna stop, but
No. But
it's
I'm like that's the thing. Like I'm not playing the game, but I'm still around.
well, you and I don't even talk about the game anymore when we
No.
message. We're just like, you're just like, oh yeah, I'm getting a promotion. Like we just talk about just like our
Like life.
life stuff. Yeah, at this point, so I'm not like, hey, did you get the Nest Cron? Because clearly I don't say that because you didn't even know about it.
I don't think there's like any Datacron talk. Like I would be shocked what the most recent message was in our thread that included the word Datacron.
Yeah, that was like years ago, probably.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Major Offensive says, I can't be sure, but that sounds like friendship. I wouldn't say that. Gosh. People people projecting here. Friendship. Gosh. The nerve.
no thank you.
Um no, I yeah, I like the pass. Hard pass. No. Well, we'll miss you, Sarah, and I hope you. We'll have to get you on the show. At least, we'll get you on the channel a few times at least. I hope. I hope. And maybe you'll still be playing the game at that point, or maybe not. One way or another. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I almost forgot to do this. So here, start saying something, please.
Oh, so that you can just cut me off with the there it is. Why is it always so much louder when you do it?
What? Sorry, keep talking.
Uh yeah, we'll figure something out. I'm not going anywhere. The 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 uh
Okay, you can stop. I'm done. Okay.
see, we're both mean.
I, in
Friendship
or
indeed.
I have to keep up. All right.
Yeah.
I've learned from the best.
That
I was never like this until I met you.
I was gonna say the friendship will remain. We're still gonna talk and we'll figure something out. Whether it's hanging out here just to ask stupid questions. That would be kind of hilarious to be honest.
It might be. I think yeah. We'd have to find something to center our discussion around. I don't even know. Maybe Lord of the Rings. Anyways, we'll workshop it.
All right. All right.
Why is it so much louder when you do it? That's what she said.
I mean,
Yikes, man.
Yikes, indeed.
All right, so let's go over to your channel, shall we, Sarah?
Yes.
Say goodbye over there. So, people on Twitch, we're not going anywhere, but we are resetting the video, basically.
Right.
Okay, so goodbye to people on Zareth channel. You can find the link to Sarah's channel either somewhere on the screen here, or in just a minute, or in the video description. There will be a link. So leave a like and subscribe and comment and all the things here and there, please. And we'll see you over on Sarah's channel for the final goodbye. Maybe she'll actually cry.
I teared up.
Let's just not talk about it.